Come on, y'all. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come on in the room. Come on, come on, come on. Calling my phone. You messing up my music. Come on, y'all. Come on. Welcome, 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 Amanda Miller Talk Queens. Tonight is the night. Monday night, 7:30. We in the building. There she go.
We do not own the rights to this music.
Not at all.
So go this way for me.
Can you get it? You see it?
Let's see if we
We do not own the rights to this music. This is independent artist Sanchez Diego.
Oh, gotcha. All right, guys, we're gonna run that back through. Hopefully, is Sanchez Diego who we're playing?
Diego Sanchez.
Diego Sanchez, you should be following Amanda Miller Talks. Please send us a longer version of your song so that we can make sure that we are promoting you the way that you should, because at this point, we are not getting a whole lot of what we want to be sure that we give to you in the form of your support. So we want to definitely do that.
There we go.
All right, guys, give us a moment. Definitely thank you for your patience, guys, at any time that we have some audio delays and technical difficulties. We want to give you guys our apologies in that space. But as we always say, guys, make sure you have downloaded the 105.7 The Phase mobile app. Make sure that you are following us on our platforms. Our 105.7 The Phase platform on IG and on Facebook and YouTube. By now, you should have subscribed to our YouTube channel, as well as make sure you guys are doing a like. Make sure you are sharing. Go ahead and tag and share right now. We also have with us today such a special guest. Yeah, this is going to be really good. So we want to definitely thank Mr. Xavier Q. Ellis.
Hey ladies, how y'all doing? Thank you for having me.
You are welcome. Mr. Ellis is an author, so he definitely fits into our conversation tonight. So you guys know we've been talking about this actual conversation that we'll be having tonight about who's the prize, the man in the relationship or the woman. So from what I hear, I'll let Mr. Xavier introduce himself, but from what I hear, he writes some books that have relationship issues in it. So from a male's perspective, we're looking forward to you giving us your thoughts on this particular topic tonight.
All right.
So we're gonna turn it over to you and let you introduce yourself and tell us who you are and all of that good stuff.
And we're going to our discussion. But like she said, definitely tell us a little bit more about you.
Okay, my name is Xavier Q. Ellis. I'm an author, among other things. I do a lot of things in life, but being an author and writing books is kind of one of the things that I discovered late in life. late in life, I discovered, I'm 55, so I discovered it probably about 53.
Okay.
Kind of started writing this first novel. This is
Now so they can see.
Yeah, this is a book called Toxic, which is a subtitle An Unhealthy Romance,
Okay.
and it's one of three, and it's a series of three.
Okay.
So I'm just about finished with the third book in the series.
Okay.
Books 1 and 2 are already been published on Amazon. You can find them out there.
Okay. Tell us a little bit about this one that you brought with us.
Okay,
Brought
so
with you.
this book it's basically about, it's a romance between, it's like a dark romance between two individuals. They find themselves, they're accomplished in their lives, and they're at a stage where their children are grown and they're kind of living their peaceful lives on their own, and because of past traumas or past things that have happened in their lives, they both end up making their way to dance. And this type of dance is called Kizomba dancing, and it originates from Angola, Africa. It's like a partner dance, a very sensual partner dance that originated from Angola, Africa. And it has its roots that started back in like 1970. So they both find their way to this dance either by somebody inviting them, or they kind of say, you know what, I want to take a dance class, and they kind of stumble their way into it.
Okay.
And the one main character, Miles, he, like I said, he's accomplished. He lives in North Carolina. He has a business. He works as an engineer, and he kind of hosts his own parties in the city. He's the only person that kind of hosts parties in the city. So he's kind of a big deal, but he's a humble guy. And then the second character, Angela, she lives here in the city of Georgia, and she happens to come up to North Carolina to attend one of these socials with a DJ friend of his, and nobody has ever seen her in the dance scene before. So this is kind of a small to mid-sized community of people, and Miles is, the first time he sees her, he's so busy hosting a party that it's like he sees hundreds of people all the time, so it's not a big deal. So he doesn't get a chance to like talk to her until like the next day at like a brunch.
Okay.
Everybody gets together at a brunch and he talks to her and he finds her intriguing, and of course he tries to shoot a shot, but but immediately she's like, no, I don't really know you. So it takes him a while to work his way to getting to know her, and then after a couple of weeks, I think it's probably about a month, he attends some socials in Georgia and makes his way to, makes an effort to get to see her, and then they kind of develop a little relationship, and then it kind of builds from there. And then once it kind of reaches its peak, he's hit with things like COVID-19 and the turn in the job market, and then he loses his business, and then he has to move to Georgia in order to find new work. So he's thinking that, hey, this is putting me closer to her. But as he gets closer to her, he starts, of course, peeling back the layers of her and getting closer, and then he sees that there are some things about her that are just very hard for him to get by. And there starts to be like clashes in their relationship.
Oh, we know about that.
Yeah. And then it kind of just spirals downward from there. And then, so it's kind of a mix between, a very sensual 50 Shades of Grey or something like that, with a mixture of Fatal Attraction.
Oh, wow.
That sounds like a good
Right.
Sounds like a definitely good read.
So what I do want to know from you, what inspires you to, when you have these ideas, what inspires you to write your topics?
Oh, write the books.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the long story short, the base foundational information of the book comes from life experiences. Kind of loosely based on life experiences.
Gotcha.
So I took some scenarios that were kind of real and used that to like establish characters. But then my imagination took over and just kind of took the story to a level.
different way.
Yeah, it just took it
direction.
way off into the stratosphere, It's like, there are no real references to real people, but there are similarities. You know, just to establish who a character is. You know, because if you don't have a person sitting in front of you, you want to get a vivid picture of who this person is, what their life is about, and all of that. So, me having an engineering background, I have I have lots of detail. I pay attention to a lot of detail. So I really took the time to put a lot of that detail into the book, to pay attention to creating the characters, and from there, it's almost like once you title yourself as a writer, it's almost like everything you hear, like out and about throughout the day, any kind of experience, if that can add to the book, you're gonna add to the book.
Okay, I get it.
Right.
I get it. Well, we're gonna put your experience to work.
That's what I was thinking, right?
Okay.
That's what I was thinking,
All
right?
right, let's do that.
So, I was gonna ask, do you accept for your Zoe page? Go ahead, right now, you can do it from your phone. Okay. Because what we want to do, guys, if you guys haven't already followed Zoe on her new page, Zoe, please go ahead and do so. Because we want to make sure you guys are following everything that she does future forward. Because she got something really special coming up really soon. So, guys, definitely go ahead and tag and share.
Yes.
Bring people in the room because we want you guys to learn more about our special guest, Mr. Xavier Q. Ellis, our author of romance novels, that's going to help us with some insight today on our topic.
Right.
Who's surprised? Y'all know last week, guys, we go ahead and tag and share because I know everyone have something to share on this subject matter, right? Because we were supposed to talk about it last week, but we postponed it. But now we are ready to talk about who's the prize. Because part of what happens at the end of our last live, two guys made the comments, and I'm hoping you guys have returned, that the man is always the prize. So we definitely want to hear from you guys in that space. Woo, Lord Jesus, I am so ready.
Let's get it going.
Let's get it going with the Xavier States. So I want to sip on that. But yeah, so guys, we also plugged our number. So go ahead and, if you don't see it on the live, I think YouTube, if we didn't give it to you guys, the number is 404-249-5092.
Yes.
So you guys, we know it takes a lot with typing. So please, if you feel inspired to do so, go ahead and call. Don't try to do a whole lot of typing.
That's
go
right.
ahead and call us.
It works. I promise it works.
What's that number again?
404-249-5092. So let your male friends know, let them call in.
Yes, we want to hear from all of you guys.
Yes.
Tag, share, male, female,
Everybody.
let's do it. So, first of all,
There you
I was going to say let's start with Xavier, but we'll take the caller.
Let's do it. I'm sorry.
If some kind of way we dropped you, if you want to call us back, please do. So, your thoughts when you have a moment. Your thoughts on who's the prize. I'm gonna ask you guys this: is it the woman? Is it the man? Is it both? So, guys, we want to hear and share your thoughts with us as far as who's the prize. Let's do it.
That's right. Uh-oh, here we go.
Just here.
Right here, right?
105.7 the base. This is speaking. No, it's speaking. It's on speaker. Okay.
If you call it, we can't hear you.
back again. Yeah.
Okay.
So, Xavier, your thoughts?
Okay, so I'll just use some statistics
Okay.
to back up my position.
Okay.
So now, when you think about cities like Atlanta, Houston, DC, Virginia, Maryland, there are more women
Okay.
in those cities per man, right?
Okay.
And then when you consider
Give me
the,
a second.
okay,
We'll try this again.
Yeah, but we're gonna let him, they're gonna have to hold it.
105.7 the phase.
Hey, how y'all doing?
We're good.
Who we talking with tonight?
Yeah, we can do a Spoon John.
Ah,
Hey,
that's
Silver Spoon, hold for us just a moment, okay?
All right.
All right.
Thank you. Go, you don't have to put, you did.
I just put them
Oh,
on.
okay, go ahead.
okay, so there are more women than men in each of these large metropolitan areas.
Right.
Okay.
Correct. Okay, so when you consider the number of men, so out of 100 men, maybe 30% of those men have the right salary, the right look, the right height, grown children. They are in the right position for the women that are looking for them, correct?
Okay.
And maybe the other 70 are, say, let's be gentle and say, living other lifestyles,
Okay.
right? Okay, so.
Be gentle.
Right, so the population of available men is a lot smaller than the population of women. Therefore, my position is the man is always the prize.
Based on the simple fact that the number of men that's out there, ratio wise, we're really lucky if we should get somebody that fits us.
Extremely lucky.
Okay. I was trying to make sure
You are favored by God. If you find a man like me out here in this world,
You got a man like me
That's
out
right.
here in this
A man.
world.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, I take that. Go ahead.
All right, Silver Spoon, we got you.
Yeah, me personally, I think that both, like, the male and the female, are both, like, the prize. You know, it's like a 50-50 situation, you know?
Okay.
But as far as, like, in a relationship, I feel like the man's supposed to do the most.
Okay. And that's based off what? Just the way your upbringing,
Right.
just your values and beliefs, like what drives you to feel that way in reference to the man doing the most. And then also too, Silver, if it's okay, if I can ask you, because you know we just met you and we're supporting you. How old are you?
Me, I'm 35.
Okay. And so from a 35-year-old man perspective, help me understand your position on the man should do the most.
I said, because, like, as being a man, like, you're supposed to be the head of your household. But it really starts with you, you know? And the work ethic, like, you know?
Got it. I certainly understand. I do see where you say you sent the song to the inbox, because we definitely want to, at any point, whether we take a break or if we do it at the end, can you send that directly to Zoe directly? Do you have her information to send it?
I have it on the Instagram. He sent it to me on Instagram. I have it.
Okay, so we do have it. All right. Thank you. We appreciate you. Thank you for tuning in, and we look forward to the relationship with you. Thanks.
Alrighty.
So guys, definitely make sure you are calling in. I do want to say thank you to Silver Spoon Jones for calling in, because we always hear from what we call it seasons.
Season.
Right.
This season. Yeah.
Our seasons.
Yeah. So is he considered a YN? Is he?
I don't know.
No.
I don't think he's considered
Okay,
YN.
Okay, what is he considered?
But I don't know if he's actually seasons, because that falls within us. So I don't know what that median,
We
because
gotta
he's a
find
median.
out. We gotta find out. Hold
I
on.
just learned this from my friend. A YN stops at 29.
105.7 the phase. It's your girl Zoe. Who we talking to? Hello.
This is Moses.
This is who? This is Maurice's brother. Okay.
Okay, what's his name?
This is Moses. Xavier's brother. This is Moses.
Moses, okay, thank you for calling in. So Moses, help us out. Y'all make sure y'all tagging and sharing out there. We're
That's
talking
right.
who's the prize. So what's your thoughts on that? As far as who's the prize in reference to male, female, the woman, the man, or both, and tell us why you feel that way.
Well, the answer is simple. Prize is neither the man nor the woman. The
Okay.
prize is God, because God is the one, when a man and a woman get married, God is the one who holds them together, keeps them together, and allows for them to have an everlasting marriage as long as they are soulmates. So the answer is God.
Okay.
I can understand that.
All right.
And you want to add something to that? Cause look like he itching. Look like he's
Let him answer.
okay. Go
That's my
ahead.
brother. I expected that. I expected that answer.
Moses, I love that answer.
Right. That's a great answer. Love it.
I
In-
appreciate you having me. I had to let that be known, and I had to shut this dirty Xavier down over there.
Look, he gonna give you a hard time when he get out air. So.
Right. Be ready.
Right. So we appreciate it, and if you think of anything else, of course you got the number. Call us back, and we'll be here to take your call. We appreciate you.
No problem. Thank you so much. I appreciate your time. And remember, God, God, God.
Now,
Thank
I
you.
love it.
thank you.
So to his point,
All right, he done called us with the very white voice.
right?
God.
That's right. That's right. That's right. And look, absolutely. And to our men people, our men people.
Okay.
To Moses' point. Now, Moses, right. God heads that thing first,
That's
and then we
right.
trickle down,
That's
right?
right. Very true.
However, and I'm not dismissing it, Moses. I'm not dismissing it. It just brings me to the topic of my thoughts. My
Okay.
thoughts when I hear men say, like the one that was on there, saying that the man is always surprised. However, my thoughts is the word said, "He who finds a wife finds a good thing." So in my mind, I'm going to lean with the woman, if she's the right woman, being the prize. Meaning, so as he lead, and if she is led by the word,
Mhm.
and being that helpmate, that in my opinion takes that load off of that man to be able to lead in that space
Mhm.
that he needs to lead in. If she's properly being that helpmate that he needs,
Mhm.
in order to allow him to lead the way that God would have him to. So when we talk about that Christian space,
Mhm.
that's what my thoughts go to when we talk about who's surprised. What's your thoughts? And then we'll come to the comments.
Yeah, because our people are in the comments. I agree that, of course, from a Christian belief standpoint, that God is the head, right? And then, of course, the man is supposed to become next. He's the leader of the household, and then the woman is the helpmate. I agree. But as far as that's the order of the house,
absolutely.
right?
Mhm.
That's the order of the
Mhm.
house, but who's the prize in the relationship is going to be based on your thoughts and your experiences through life, I believe. Because you may feel like you're the prize, because just like Xavier said, whatever you bring to the table based on your demographics,
Mhm.
that is it the man or the woman, right?
Right.
So in Atlanta, of course, it's a million of us, not a whole lot of men, especially not a whole lot of, I won't say not a whole lot of men of substance, I won't say that because it is.
A lot of men that have the qualities that certain women are looking for.
That's right.
There
That's
right.
are plenty of men here,
That's
but
right.
the qualities that y'all are looking for
It's leadership.
that will sustain a relationship.
There we go.
Yes.
Right. So David, you said, why would anyone be the prize? Break it down, please. The prize is In what way? And then, I mean, that means you talk to me, tell me what that means for you. Because we know, we hear it all the time on social media. We hear it all the time. And I'm sure you've heard it, David. I'm the prize. I don't really hear men say it a lot. I think because the subject has come up that women are always saying it, I think that subject has now come to surface, as far as who's surprised a man or a woman. But verbally, we really don't ever hear the man typically just running around here saying I'm the prize.
Right.
We mainly hear women pretty much stating that, and what their stance are on that may be based on what they quote unquote bring to the table. Um, we definitely talked about one of our lives or one of our subjects that your job or your degrees definitely don't make you the prize or make you this big thing of what you bring to the table, because number one, your degree don't put food on the table. There's a lot of people with degrees that don't have jobs. And so we'll take that out of the equation.
Yeah, take that out. Us men, we don't really care about your degrees.
And we talked about that.
We just care about how you're going to treat us when we come back from fighting in the world. You know, we need to have a soft landing place when we come to be with you. We have to have a place where we can let down our guard and just be relaxed for a minute. You know, after all this fighting and providing and hunter-gathering mentality, when we come home, we want this to be an environment of peace, and we want our women to provide that environment of peace.
I would agree. And I think back to your point when we were talking about on the last live, most men, let me not say all, some men who are in a particular financial bracket use that as if they are the prize.
Yes, I think so too.
And
Good thoughts.
Well,
just from a man perspective, I just want to see it.
Yes, I would say yes, because for one, men, we rate ourselves off of how much we make, what we do, and the circles that we walk in. Now, we are chosen or rated by our beautiful women by how much we make, right? That's one of the things that y'all always kind of bring up. Well, what do you do? And y'all are so smart. It's like, if you find out what a person does, that'll give you an idea of how much money he makes. Right? So, you know, because
that's true.
You know, and there's nothing wrong with women wanting financial stability and security and all of that.
Because it's on my list.
Right, and that's okay. But you know, when you come right out of the gate with it,
I agree. That's different.
I agree. That's totally different. Absolutely.
And, you know, and then there's men that, you know, they lead with money. That's a problem.
Yes.
You know, they think they're the prize for leading with money.
That is true.
And on the flip side, our ladies lead with physical appearance.
Right.
That's very true.
You know,
so we'll take that.
We'll take that. Yeah. So what I will say is, like I said, we were talking the last time. We were talking about men, like, just to Xavier's point, leading with their finances, right? But not technically with your heart, right? So let me go and put this out here to the world. Husband, wherever you are, I need you to lead. Yes, I need you to lead with both. Okay? Because the finances are a plus, yes.
Yes.
But I need you to lead more with
Character.
your heart and who you are than your pocket. Because sometimes when men lead with their pocket, they're not leading from a loving space, if that makes sense. So that's just my opinion.
You still got it.
What they say? Yes.
Or
We can't.
Okay, that's fine. Let's do it. We're gonna jump in some of the comments, guys. Go ahead and continue to
Hey,
tag and
Casey,
share.
that way. Hold on. I seen someone. Donna said, "Hey, cuz, you have a lot of women to choose from. However, all of them don't have what's needed or value." I agree. Yeah, you have a lot of women to choose from, but you may not get a woman of substance. That is true. Very true. What else we got? Okay, David said, break it down.
Yeah, Dave, we want to hear from you though.
Lock Dog said, "Hey, Lock Dog, I love me first. she will be just as lucky as me. So he's on the same thing. We're both the prize
Right.
to each other.
Right. Now, I want to stop right here.
Okay.
And then we'll go down some more. As he say, I love me first, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I like that statement because I think a lot of men, well, a lot of people, I'm not going to say men,
Mm-hmm.
I think they're in a space where they feel like that they like themselves. And do you really love yourself? And here's why I say that. I say that because the video I made the other day, when I said, if you know that you have ego, pride, and stubbornness, and there's more other things, it was just the video that I made,
Mm-hmm.
and you know that that is something that you need to work on before you step into a dating space,
Mm-hmm.
you wasn't true to yourself. So we have to be true to us
Yes.
in order to, and we'll never be perfect, by no means, I'm not saying it, but what I'm saying is, realistically, we have to look in the mirror. Sometimes it's gonna sting, sometimes it's gonna hurt, but we have to be realistic with ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
And when we do that, and we are okay with working on those things and bettering ourselves in that area,
Mm-hmm.
we can truly say we love ourselves. But until we decide that we want to address issues that we know for a fact
Mm-hmm.
that we still are dealing with,
Mm-hmm.
have you truly found a way to love yourself?
Mm. That's big. Self-reflection is necessary.
Right.
I think you always
Because you're
have to
still
look in the
lying to
mirror.
yourself.
Right.
You're still lying to
Right,
yourself
right.
if you know that you have something really to work on and you're still moving forward to bring that towards somebody else.
Sometimes people don't know they need to work on it.
Based on what?
Their thoughts. Because in my head, I may think I'm fine.
But that means you're in denial.
Mm.
And the reason why I say that, because most times, somewhere along the way, someone has mentioned it.
Mm.
Or either they've done you a disservice, you may
Yeah,
want to
yeah.
walk around
That's
your,
right.
watch your circle of people, because people who truly love you, they are the
Sure.
ones that's going to tell us the things that we need to work on.
Mhm.
I know my kids tell me all the time, and my mom, bring him out too much. But truly,
Yeah.
they are right.
That's
and
right.
so that is something that I've been working on.
Because I'm stubborn.
To
so
find, that's
yeah,
right.
yeah.
To learn those
But I know
battles
that.
I right.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I own mine
That's right.
because I know I need to work on it,
That's
right?
That's right.
But when we keep pushing it off, that okay, I don't need to work on it. But multiple people have told you.
Yeah, they mad.
Now, if it's one somebody,
Yeah,
okay, that might just be them.
Yeah.
But if there's multiple people that have told you that this is your area that you need to work on, and you're still in denial, you ain't ready to fully accept the responsibility that you love yourself. Yeah, I'm not saying you dislike yourself.
Mhm.
You may like yourself, but wholeheartedly, when you can look in the mirror and say, I need to work on this and acknowledge it and
That's
put
right.
towards the effort to get it done,
Mm.
you're still lying to yourself.
Mm.
It's just Amanda thoughts. Hey, don't make it right, but that's just Amanda thoughts. Thank you, Locked Out, for that statement.
Okay, what else we got? Don't start acting crazy thing. We not gonna do this today.
I told you, prison.
I'm trying to move this thing down. here.
Gotcha.
I'm going in the house. That's what I'm doing. Hey, Beth.
I'm gonna go pick up something. There's somebody.
Here we go. Donna said, we're both in this thing, working to win. We are both the prize to each other. I got you. I got with you for a valuable reason, not for fun and giggles.
Cause ain't nobody got time to wear all them. They're right, Donna. Ain't nobody got time to grown folk no kiki all the time.
No. I need you to be about your business.
Absolutely.
Okay, hold on. Let's see. Okay.
Spiritually by the book, the woman is the prize.
I would agree. Hey, Adrian. Beth said, in my eyes, he's the prize. In his eyes, I'm the prize. Oh,
And I'm okay with that.
I'm okay with
That's
that.
right.
I like that.
That's
I'm
right.
okay with
I
that.
am definitely
100%
okay
well,
with
that's right.
that. And again, I told you when we started talking about this, I'm okay with I would love to acknowledge the man that I am going to future marry.
Baby, y'all gonna be sick of me. Do you hear me? Y'all
I
gonna be
would
sick
love
of
to
me.
acknowledge the man that I'm future to marry as the prize because I wanna be sure that this man has all the qualities. And I'm not saying I'm gonna get no perfect man, but let me just use that part because I want to hear that. Now I'm looking for because y'all get on me all the time, right?
Yeah, we do.
But I want to be able to acknowledge that what I pray for, to the most part, that God has given me that man that he knows I come into my prayers and my thoughts to him in reference to those characteristic traits that I am looking for in a man.
Mm-hmm.
And once I get that, yeah, I am going to definitely, to Beth's point, look at my man as a prize because God blessed me with the man that I asked.
Okay.
He asked, and and he may not get all to me,
Mm-hmm.
but Lord, that's why I
He
keep
the
coming
most
and
to
knocking at your door. I be saying, Lord, and me again. Heavenly Father, you gave me this, and this, but I forgot to ask you for this.
Right. Can you sprinkle some of this?
Can you bring some of this on him so that I tell you to Zoe's point, and I know Xavier mentioned it about finances. Yes, women definitely has that as part of. I'm more than certain. Most women have that as part of their list of things.
But finances.
And in my mind, for me, and ladies, please, and guys, don't give out on us, chime in. It's financial stability for me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't, whatever that looks
You
like.
want to be a housewife. That's what you
No,
want.
it's financial stability, and yes, but it's financial stability, and that doesn't necessarily mean there's a number cap to it.
I
Do
got
you see what I'm saying?
Right.
I hear you, but
Mhm.
that's not realistic.
What's that?
It's not realistic.
What's not
okay,
realistic? Okay.
So average salaries for most men around the country is
Okay.
about $40,000 to $50,000.
I did hear that.
So,
You are
You ain't gonna
right.
make it with
How can you be
Right,
a
that's
housewife
You gonna make me with that.
with a man?
And is that financial stability? That
Yeah.
40-50 is what they say.
No.
No, I'm
asking
that's
income.
average income.
That's
for
average
most
income.
men.
Okay.
So
Okay.
how can you say you want financial stability? You don't want to work, but your man makes about $40,000 to
You know,
$50,000.
But that's why I say financial
that's not
stability.
No. Financial stability is mean you saying you want to be stable in the household.
Absolutely.
He's not going to be stable
But
to
I ain't-
provide for you if he only making $50,000.
But I didn't say
a year.
that's what I said. I didn't say a number.
But you need a number to be stable
But-
in your eyes.
But if I know if he got 40-50, then that number doesn't qualify him to be in the financial stable realm.
But what if he treats
But
you
he may
well?
be financially stable for somebody else.
That's right. That's why I said that ain't got nothing to do with
So you
me.
do need a number.
What I need is for this man to understand this.
What?
And this is what I tell him all the time now. I don't Mo, let me tell you something. I mean, exactly. Listen to me well, people.
I told you it's 100% real in
Listen to me and listen to me well.
Okay.
When I say that, guys,
Xavier said what was his wine is. Go ahead.
okay, who is my future husband,
Uh-huh.
whomever that may be,
Mm-hmm.
right? I don't do 50-50.
Wow.
So let's just put that out there clear.
Wow.
Yeah.
But that's where they're gonna know my financial stability because I've never told anybody, and if you watch this show, you already know that.
That's, yeah, you said it before.
I don't do 50-50.
Mm-hmm.
I am going to do my part by all means. I'm going to be your helpmate. I am going to do that. I am going to be your mate. I am going to help
But
you.
she ain't going 50-50 with you. She not. I'm just telling y'all.
Financially,
She not doing it.
I am not
She's
doing
not-
50.
She's not doing it. So to provide Amanda with financial stability, you need to be somewhere in the 150-ish bracket.
If that's what, Maurice, help me out. Is that about a good number? I mean, Lord Jesus.
Average salary.
Okay.
for
Help me out.
most
Help me out.
men
Zay. I'm
across the
gonna call him Zay.
country
Cause that's my son.
That's right.
is $40,000 to $50,000.
Okay.
So
That we was at
Yes, sir.
now
then I'm
you're
gonna throw that
saying
out.
you
Okay.
you gave a number. You
Okay.
want 150K
Okay.
for this
That's
what
this,
said.
this
That's what you
unicorn
said.
man. Okay.
That's
So
what we-
now-
you ain't going 50-50.
Okay, so now this 30% that I said earlier that
Okay.
you have to choose from is now down to 1 or 2%.
Then Zay. Cause my son name's Zay and I know your name is Zay. So okay, if that's okay. Then that means I keep telling people it is okay with Amanda that I just may
Just
never get there.
Just be by yourself.
That's right, and I'm okay,
Okay,
with that.
okay.
I tell people that all the time. I'm not pressed.
Okay. Do you have a pet? You have a dog?
I do.
Okay. Well, there you go.
I
You buy a dog.
do. Right.
You good.
I am not
You
pressed,
good.
guys. Let me tell you.
And then I'm not gonna be the cat lady.
And you don't have to be the cat
And
lady.
neither are you.
Yes, because I'm gonna tell you this. The thing, okay, guys. Here's the thing.
Let me tell you something. If that man come in here and love you the right way, now granted, you may not go 50-50.
And I'm not.
Okay, and you won't. You ain't got to go 50-50.
Okay.
Okay, but when you go 70-40,
I would do that. I would do that. But that's what I
30.
right?
But that's what I was finna say, Maurice.
Okay.
I mean, Zay did say the 70-30.
30. Yeah.
And I'm okay with that.
Okay, well, sit down. There you go.
I've
Now
never
you
said that I was gonna do that they have to do 100%.
Right,
No,
right.
never said that.
You
By
just
no
said you ain't
means.
going 50-50.
Absolutely.
That's right.
And then he
But-
get the breakdown of what that looks like from the statistics of numbers. And I'm okay with that.
Okay.
And so here's the
Now
thing.
you may have increased the percentage of men now.
Yeah,
By maybe-
no, that's still 1% of men across the country,
God.
and not all African American men. That's just 1% of
And
men.
I'm okay stepping outside of, never said that, never
You
said
gonna
that.
step- yeah, you did
That
say
I,
you would do
right.
that.
I mean, because I love myself some Matthew McConaughey, and I'm not saying that he's my person. I am saying if you look halfway like Matthew McConaughey
Okay, so
as a Caucasian man,
You might have
I'll
to
accept
change
him
it.
too.
okay, so now let me just throw some
Uh-oh,
more
point-
statistics.
Go ahead.
Let me throw some more. Okay, so now you're looking for a 1% man that makes 150K or somewhere around there, right? A man like that has many choices.
That's fine.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that anything is
I
wrong
get
with
you.
y'all.
Let's keep it all the way 100.
Yeah, y'all are beautiful
That's right.
African American women.
Okay.
But if this man is making 150K and here is a 25-year-old with no kids, no marriage, no baggage, nothing like that, and he's got a line of women to choose from, who is he gonna choose?
I think we don't give our men enough credit as far as what they make. I just think there are African American brothers that's out there that make 150K a year.
There are.
There are
You
plenty.
are.
There are.
There are.
We work with a lot of
But
them.
they-
That's right.
Right,
And it's
right.
a lot of them that has pulled Amanda coattail. I just don't do guys that I work with.
I mean, I get that part. But I guess my thing is, wait a minute, hold on. We got plenty.
Okay, let's do the comments.
Yes.
Guys, here we come.
Hold on. Beth said yes. Hold on. Donna said they aren't emotionally connected when they leave with their pockets. Silver
Okay.
Spoon said he agrees. Hold on, y'all. We got 42 new comments. Wait a minute. Okay. The general said, so you're going back in the need of prayer, Amanda.
And that's fine. That is so fine. I'm okay with that.
Hey, Shay. Shay said, I feel it's both because both sides are going to bring something to the table that the other one likes and some things they may not like, but have someone who helps you through everything, personally, professionally, bringing out something you didn't know. something that you didn't know you had. Okay. Hold on, let's see what else we got down here. John said if 40 and 50 is the income, man, we all gonna have cats, dogs, and birds.
That right, Don.
Look it up.
Mm-hmm.
That's the
I've heard.
average.
I did hear that
Yeah,
though.
that's the average.
I heard that.
DUB said, take your time. What's the rush? Baby, I'm a dog. I'm a nut. I'm the prize.
There you go.
Crazy, right? Hold on. Let me get down some more. This computer driving me crazy. Come on.
Yeah, we gotta be patient with us. And you can't do it on the other side.
Mm-mm.
You may have to do it off your phone.
Okay, here we go.
I believe that there are, qualities that both men and women bring to a relationship that balance each other out.
Mm-hmm.
But me being a man, me being in the minority,
Mm-hmm.
I still believe that men are the prize, especially when they have a lot of the qualities that women today are looking for.
What about the qualities that a man is looking for that a woman has? Because again, we talked earlier about the things that a woman are looking for in a man, and then the ratio of men and women. But the ratio of that type of man, right? He has his things together.
Mhm.
He's good financially. He's in a good space. The type of woman he wants, yeah, you have a lot of women in Atlanta.
Mhm.
Yeah, you do. But you don't have a lot of women that are going to be able to provide the things that he's looking for. They won't be able to provide that soft landing space for him either. So his
And he won't choose them. He could choose someone else.
okay.
Maurice, Lord Jesus. Zay, keep that thought, please. Just keep that thought. I want to get them. QV says, why can't you look at him as a prize in the beginning?
Mm-hmm.
Like we as men look at you ladies as the prize out the gate. I will come back to that. I want to ask Mo that question. Money hungry women, that was a statement. To what I said about 50-50, QV said, as you should not do 50-50 because
Right.
a real man isn't going to ask you to if he's a real man. Donna mentioned that about the all of us are going to be in a bad place. Is it Darling?
Met my wife.
Met my wife and we were both in the dumps. Met at the plasma center. We complete opposites, but we way up from where we were 13 years ago.
Oh,
Thank you
wow.
for sharing that. If we have 42, we must have missed a lot. Somebody says, I love Matthew McConaughey, and
That's
so do
cute.
I. And so do I. Let's go back a little. Beth says, I love a relaxing environment, like making a house a home. For sure, so if ever get to find that one, I guess that's going to make me the prize, because he ain't never going to want to leave home. I love it.
Thank you, Beth.
I love that. I love that. Y'all go ahead and tag and share. David said, both of your minds are the prize, because if you really love each other, you are able to share each other's minds. And to me, that's what leads you to God, prayer, and the solid foundation of relationship. Bottom line is, sorry, David. See, this thing is really tricky. Bottom line is, both minds are considered to be the prize in my book.
Mm-hmm. That's everybody.
And I think that that's what a lot of people are stating, to the fact of both. But I want to come back to you. Say, as you talk about, to Zoe's point, those men with that income, in her statement on the type of women that you think that they would choose. Because I'm not saying a lot of 25-year-olds don't have their stuff together, because I see a lot of these young girls doing their thing, and I be like, wow, she really has it going on. But there are a lot of younger ones that probably don't. That he probably of that magnitude will not choose, because of the stability, the job, the ability to be a helpmate, and all of those things. I think it does come back to women like Zoe and myself, not based on income, but based on character, based on who we are, based on who we are as far as our standards, our beliefs. To Beth's point, making a house a home. And in that space, I tell people, look, I ain't gonna do a lot, but I am going to, I'm not. Listen.
Okay, here's the problem.
No,
Here's the
you
problem.
gotta let me finish.
Okay.
Okay,
I'ma
let me finish.
hold it.
Let me finish.
I'ma hold it.
Because
That joke said I ain't gonna do a lot.
No, seriously. I'm not gonna do a lot, but I am going to do my part. And what is my part? I need to be able to really get to know my partner. What's important to him?
Mm-hmm.
What matters to him? I don't want to do all these things that doesn't even matter to this man.
Oh, you're talking about from the beginning.
That's why QV was saying, why can't you look at them person as a prize? I think for women, we get so wrapped up into the fact of we met a man that looks nice, we met a man that got some coins, we met a man, and we never, and he wines and dine us. You sprinkle us with all of these little great things that makes a woman fall for you. And we as women get so sucked into that, we do not ask the right questions
Before we get to find out who
before
they really
we
are.
get to
That's
find
true.
out who they
I
really
agree.
are.
I would say I
And
agree.
I've been that woman, and I no longer do that. I'm gonna ask you 50 million questions. I'm gonna get to know who you are, and I want to be able to give you the things that really matters to you, so that you can appreciate me as a woman of character,
Mm-hmm.
not based on Amanda's face, not based on Amanda's body, not
Right.
based on the way Amanda dressed, because to your point, that's what men do.
Mm-hmm.
And
True.
if we really, as women, stop all this superficial stuff that we do, because again, I keep it all the way 100, and I give it to both sides, real raw and uncut. Been there, done that, ladies, but it has gotten me nowhere. So the point of the matter is, if I can't get to know who you are, and you don't have the time for me to get to know who you are as a person, I go on and delete your number, and I'm gonna move on, because I need for you and I to date. Y'all know I'm big on dating.
Mm-hmm.
I need for you and I to date.
Mm-hmm.
I need for you and I to have conversations.
Mm-hmm.
I need you and I to have great dialogue, so you can get to know me and I can get to know you. And with the small things, whether your love language is quality time. If your love language is quality time, I don't always want to be up in your face. Because at the end of the day, that means I'm getting on your nerves. I don't want to always show up with gifts, because then that man may feel like, hey, this is cool and she trying to buy me. I'm just saying, get to know these people so you can treat these people the way that they want to be treated, so they can appreciate you. Go ahead and say.
I'm just gonna try to keep it brief and just say,
Mm-hmm.
for a guy at that level, whatever that level is,
Mm-hmm.
the minute that person,
Go ahead.
the minute that person hears,
Please.
I ain't gonna do this, I ain't gonna do that, that ends the conversation. Then I'm going.
Let me reword it then. Exactly.
Let
me reword it. Maybe I'm saying it wrong.
If you want that type of man, there is no I'm not doing this, I'm not doing that.
But I'm not gonna do a lot.
But there is a younger one that
And
will.
you are absolutely right. Now, I like that. You are absolutely right. And I'm okay with him choosing her. And I think that's what women have to be okay with. I have a girlfriend that thinks that everybody that you talk to, that's your man, that's your husband. Girl, no, he's not.
Mhm.
No, he's not.
So are you saying you're not, when you say you're not going to do a lot, you're saying in the beginning when you guys are getting to know each other, you're not giving I'm not doing the wifey duties and I'm
Never.
only the girlfriend.
I'm not going to
Okay,
do
so
a lot.
let's say that, because when you
But-
say a lot, that means when you get married, are you not doing?
But I'm not gonna pull his teeth. He's a grown man. He needs to ask me that.
You
Communication
said from the
is
beginning.
everything. Right. If
Right.
you hear me say that, and you as a man do not ask me to elaborate, guess what? To Marie's point, you felt like, now that ain't even for me. I need to move on to the next person. That means you don't even know how to communicate. So if you didn't even know to ask me, what does that mean? I don't even want to deal with you anyway, because at the end of the day, a communicator gets all the answers that they need. Oh, hold on.
105.7 The Phase. This your girl Zoe. Who we got on? Who do we have on the line?
Hey, this is David Davenport.
Hey, David!
Don't come on, you're going left, David. Don't come on, you're going left.
What's up?
What's going on?
Yeah, check this out. I don't think you all understood what I wrote. So what I decided to do was call in.
Okay.
Of course.
You can find a prize all day long, but if it ain't genuine, then it's a waste of time. And this is what I've been saying about the mind. The mind to me is what I look for. I look at what kind of mind she had, and then I put mine with hers, and let's have one, and then we can live happy. But if I'm looking for what you got, or how much you got, or if you're looking for how much I got, or that's what do you call it? Not artificial, but
Superficial.
yeah, superficial. It's superficial. So why would I waste my time looking for someone or a woman that I feel is a prize when I really need to look for a woman that has the right mindset for us to make it? And like my guy said, it starts out with God, and then you work your way there. So I just want to call and explain myself. I missed y'all. I haven't been out here the last couple of weeks because, I'm single dad, got that family thing going, so to take care of business. But I still love y'all, though, okay?
Of
Okay.
course. Love you more.
Right.
Thank you, David.
All right.
Mhm.
Bye-bye. He did not go left. I'm proud of David. Proud of him.
Thomas said, man just want a sexy time. Not even that hard, just saying.
Men just want a sexy time.
Mm.
Is that what that said?
What do you think that means?
Maybe she's saying that men just want arm candy. Right? They just want.
And I
someone to
believe
show
that.
off.
I believe that. What are your thoughts?
I think that men at that level, again, they have a lot of choices.
Mm-hmm.
And if they can choose, they're going to choose something younger, less traumatized, less children, or no children,
Mm-hmm.
less opinionated, that they can
Control.
mold, not control, it's not
Mhm.
control,
Mhm.
that they can mold and help guide
Mm.
and fit them into their world.
Mm.
It's not
So,
control.
okay, so mold.
So do you think they will find a younger woman with the substance that they're looking for, or is that something you would have to mold and teach her?
I think it's a combination of the two. I mean, men of that level have infinite choices, all over the world choices. There are infinite women all over the world. And being a person that has traveled to different countries of the world, there are women in other countries that are less opinionated than
Of course.
American women.
Mhm.
And they are more open to
Being controlled.
not being controlled. They are more
Okay.
open to
Do you
getting
think the
on
right
a
word
man's
is,
program.
do you think, okay, cute little word for it though.
Yeah.
They are more
Cute word for it.
Yeah.
though. I mean,
being
I'm
on a
okay.
man's program.
Doing what I tell you. to do.
Right.
No.
Okay.
Listen, I'm just saying, as a man, in that level,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
Someone
I hear you.
in that level,
Right.
Mhm.
you have already achieved the things that you need out of life. There's only one missing piece, and that is the woman, the companion.
He just hit it. That is the reason. But hold that thought 1 second. Hold your thought 1 second. I'm teasing with you when I say control, simply because there was something, a post on social media where a guy said, I went abroad to find my wife because American women have too much to say. So again, they're too opinionated. So he went outside of America and found his wife. That's why I was teasing you with that. But maybe that's the issue. So what Xavier just said about the status and where you are, and where the only other missing piece is that person. Maybe because we're there financially, so the need for us is not the same as what
I'm glad you
the
said that.
younger
You must was
woman
reading
is
my
looking
mind.
for. So
Okay.
maybe because we're already there, we're already established. So then what we're looking for is the same thing, that missing piece. Because I don't need, technically, I don't need you to come in and pay my mortgage. I don't need you to come in and be the breadwinner. I can take care of me, and I have been. I'm fine
Absolutely.
with that. So
Absolutely.
I need you in different other aspects, but at the same time, you're not coming in here broke either.
Absolutely. I was going to ask you, I know you're not, of course, a woman, but I was going to ask you, do you think women settles? And the only reason why I said that, because to your point, based on the ratio that you talked about, based on the what we're looking for in forms of a man, based on having trauma, based on having kids, do you think women settle for what they truly can get based on all of those things that I just mentioned?
I think there's a very real component of women settling as they get older.
Okay.
Because as you get older, your sexual marketplace value goes down.
And I'm with you on that. And I think that is true where we can agree. And that's why Amanda still sitting up here, because I promise you I'm not going to settle.
Okay, but you said earlier, you don't go 50-50, and the man needs to make $150,000.
Well, Joe said that, but I'll go with my girl.
Okay,
I mean, I'll go with her.
That's only 1% of the population.
Okay.
That's out of 100 men, that's less than 10, right?
Okay.
So if you want to be
So
with
why
somebody,
they got to go? Why the men can go abroad and find somebody, but I can't?
You can.
And that's okay with me.
You absolutely can.
And that's what I was going to say. I will not. If I have to go elsewhere to get what I want, I will. And it's not about your money, guys. Let me say that. I will tell you this.
She's backing up off that.
No. Y'all gotta give me a chance to say
That's
it.
right. That's right.
Give me a chance to
Because I
say
know
it
where
because
you're coming from.
that's right. Because we say it all the time in reference to monies,
That's
right? We've said it a million times on the show. It really isn't about your pockets. I'm just gonna tell you, I'm not doing 50-50.
Right.
That's just what it boils down to. I'm not going to do 50-50.
We got you.
So, if it means that whatever that looks like for us, as far as in form of the household bill expenses, he got to do the calculation. He got to determine, okay, so mortgage this, light this, gas this, car note this. So here's my 70. So Amanda can only do her 30. He the one got to do the math on that. That ain't got nothing to do with me because I've already said it. And you may be able to do that at 90. You make 1,000. You may be able to do that at 100,000. But what I'm saying is, whatever our income looks like for our bills, I am not a 50-50 girl. That's all I'm saying. I will tell you this, just to tell you about the settling, to your point about what we just talked about. I've met guys that makes great money. We talked about that not too long ago.
Yes. But you was
But your character will always, for me, that's why I won't compromise. That's why we have to think about what's more important to us. Now, granted, I'm not going to do 50-50. I'm still at a space where character overrides your pockets. You can have all the money in the world And if you
Yeah, that
still,
man Howard nice.
and if you still a hole,
He was an ass. He was.
right?
Sorry.
I will rather get off the boat and head in another direction because character for me, and that's why I said when we make our list of things, it falls differently for every woman. That 150K may be here for her, and character may be at the bottom of her list.
That's true.
But for me, character is the top priority, and if you don't have character, you might as well just throw my number on the way.
And I guarantee that as each one of these women get older and older, character and how the person treats them is going to go to the top of the list.
Mhm.
And it won't matter how much money he makes. So
Mhm.
why don't y'all just choose a man that makes between $40,000 and $50,000 if he treats you well, and then y'all go 50-50.
Because see, here's the thing,
Just-
and in reality, it sounds great.
That's where you're gonna end up anyway.
It sounds great.
Okay.
And I applaud it. I'm not knocking. I promise you guys, I am not saying, and I want people to leave here saying Amanda said
It's
don't
late.
sell 50-50.
They already said it.
No. I don't want them saying by no means, Amanda said don't accept 50-50. You can accept 50-50 all day long, meaning the women. All day long, if that's what works for you. I'm just saying it doesn't work for me. And here's the reason why. I've done it too long. To Zoe's point,
Yeah.
I've done it too long. I've carried the weight of my home for a long
Please
time
hold 1 second, y'all.
with a decent, income. To Zoe's point, we make decent money. And so with that being stated, no, I'm not looking for anyone to come in and pay my mortgage, pay my bills, because we've done that and we've carried that and we carried our own for a long time, financially stable. However, I don't want anybody that cannot come in and take that responsibility off my plate. I just don't.
So you do want a man to come in and pay for everything.
But that's not at the top of my list. What I'm saying, it's on my list, but it does not overweigh character
And how he treats
and
you.
how he treats me. So it's definitely, I never said it wasn't on the list. It's
Mhm.
definitely on the list, but does not outweigh that person's character.
Let's get some of these comments real quick, and then we got somebody on the line. David said you spoiled.
I am. Well, you said that before, David, and I
Yeah.
did not. I agree
About
with it.
49, 50 point.
Right, he said, how about $49.99 and $50 in a penny, Amanda?
And that ain't gonna work, David. That ain't gonna work.
DB said, yep, she's spoiled. DB told me to stop saying that, and I think that's what she
When
talked
you say about
when-
control, when you say about
Somebody said I
control.
like him. I
Yeah,
like that.
they did.
Put that out there.
Right,
Thank
that's
you.
right,
Put that out there, yeah. I
Don't
like
skip
him.
over that.
Hey,
Y'all
hit me
tell
up.
you share.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
right.
hit me up though. That's what I'm talking about. Hit me up.
Donna
Hey,
said,
Sharisa Walker, hit me up. Hit me up,
Donna said because his character is not good, he's not loyal, etc. Money can be made. That is very
That's
true.
right.
Makia, hey Makia said that's right. Character should come first. Let's see who we got on this line. All right, who do we have on the line?
Yes, we have Moses again.
Hey,
Hey,
Moses.
Get off the phone, man.
Moses, help us out. What you got?
So this one is for Amanda.
Okay.
So I'm hearing you say a lot about you just are not interested in going 50-50. Then you also said that character is at the top of your list.
Mhm.
But according to what you're saying, from what I'm gathering, it sounds like the financial, the 50, you don't want a man that's going to allow for you or make you go 50-50 or someone who can't take that off your plate. It sounds like that's over character because it sounds like for you, that's like really what's like most important because you're really like stressing it and emphasizing it so much. So I do believe that when you find a good one or when a good one finds you and you're matched with your soulmate, as long as you guys are able to work together, you guys are able to collaborate on everything around financial and be with someone who can treat you really well over how much, and even more importantly than that, someone who will lead you to God, as opposed to like a man who can take the money thing off your plate and all of stuff. Because, like Xavier said, it's only going to be like a really low percentage of men that make the amount of money that you're expecting them to make. And I was actually listening to my second pastor in Suzanne at my church, and he was saying that in life tend to create idols. What an idol is something that God created in this world, and we use it and we create and we like recreate it and make it into something that of our own to help us get through life, or and we basically like emphasize or put that heavy emphasis on that particular thing or item, and that's our way of life. That's what we go by. So I think an idol is like what we look at in regards to relationships, the things that we expect our partner to have in order or have in mind in order for us to want to be with them. And if that person doesn't have those things in mind, then we don't want to be with them. So I think it's super important. I know it's super important for the person to be a man or a woman of God.
Absolutely.
And after that, you can just work on the rest together. And, whether it being communication, a financial thing, again, whatever you talk about based on how you want to go about the stability of your household is up to the two people involved.
Right.
So I think that when you focus so much on saying, I don't want a man that's not going to make make $150,000 a year or whatever.
Moses, I don't want to interrupt you. But Moses, let me say this. I didn't say that. That was Zoe's number. And y'all, let me tell y'all hung on that.
That's right.
I never came out of my mouth and said, let's clear this air very quickly.
Yeah.
I never said that the man has to make $150,000.
She just said she ain't going 50-50.
So I never gave that number, guys.
Right.
Zoe said that number, but based on when I said that, based on Xavier's ratio, and based on me saying not going 50-50, Zoe said, then you're looking for a man that makes $150K a year. At least. And so that was her, she put that number out there, but let me share this, guys, and we're gonna wrap it up. We got 4 minutes.
Okay.
I will tell you this. If he does not make more than me, I don't want him.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
And that's when that means that allows him, so he needs to know how much I make. So that means it allows him to be able to say, I can do my 70 because I know I make more. If I made $60,000 a year, and I definitely make more than that. I'm throwing that out there.
Right.
If I made $60,000 a year, and he don't make 80, I can't do nothing with him.
What if
But if
he's
you make,
character?
but if he
But Zoe, let me tell you this.
Okay.
He may have all the character in the world. That's still on my list. I'm not going to compromise my list. When I wrote down my list in my Bible and put it in there,
That list been
it's
in
up.
5%.
No, ma'am. I
redid it.
That's what I told. Exactly. I go back to God and I say, okay, Lord, you sent him with this. Lord just sent me a man that made more than me.
And I would agree.
I mean, let me give you an example. Lord just sent me. Let's just keep it 100.
That's the truth. And that's the truth.
Lord just sent me a man that made more than me. So see, I think y'all getting it wrong. But he was an asshole because of the fact that he made more than me. You're not gonna treat me beneath you because you make more. Your character to me still means something.
So character plays more.
That's what I said. Absolutely.
Well,
it's just on my list.
But okay.
You gotta have it. You gotta have anything that's on my list.
But listen, man, you understand that as we get older, things are gonna have to drop off this list.
Okay, then I'm gonna go back to the list and I'm gonna say, what is it that I can take off for it? 'Cause
Can
those
you-
two cannot come on.
Financial
Right.
got to come right off the list,
You
right off the
think
top.
so?
Right off the top! Right off the top!
And you know what? Truth be told, I'm sorry. Thank you so much for calling us, Moses.
Thank you,
we
Moses.
appreciate it.
Appreciate you.
No problem. I was gonna say, what if he makes 50 and you make 60? What about that?
Y'all make the same thing.
God damn, I mean, you got your
No, you don't. You'll be fine. You would be fine. If somebody made the same thing you made, y'all would be good.
I have to.
Yeah.
I pray about it, Moses. Thank you.
Have a good one, Moses.
Thank you, Moses.
Yeah.
So
I'm
I'm
tell you
okay.
something.
Yeah, I'm okay with. He don't have to make 150K.
No, he doesn't.
He don't have to make.
Take that off the
But
list.
he
He
does
doesn't.
have to. And for me,
Mhm.
I would like, and I prayed on it, Zay. I prayed on it.
Just take it off the
You're
list.
just proud.
Start
But
at
I
50.
honestly think, and I
Make
thank
it
you
hurt.
guys for.
Mm-mm.
Thank you guys
That's
for
what they make.
the comments, for sharing. We appreciate y'all. But I honestly think, for real, if somebody came and swept and I've known Manda, oh my God, Trenton 19, Trenton wasn't even born. So over 19 years, if somebody came and swept you off your feet and gave you what you were looking for,
You don't have to do a lot.
I mean, yeah, he definitely has to do that. We know that.
And that's why I said I'm not gonna do much.
That's
And okay, let me okay.
and that's the
The
other
do what,
problem.
the do what, no. The
No,
do what part is
listen,
about the
listen,
dating
that's
and the
right.
courting stage.
That's right. That's what I'm talking
If
about.
he
That's why I said,
comes
let me
in and
clarify.
courts her the way that she wants to be courted and treats her the way that she wants to be treated, I think the last conversation, now don't say, I'm not saying that the finances would not be still important,
Right.
but I think you would be
You
so,
can't make 30. You can't make 40.
no, okay, the man gonna make a decent living.
Okay.
But I think if he comes with the character that you're talking about, and he's willing to court you and date you, like you've been just as passionate about the not 50-50 that you have been about, you're gonna have to date me and get to know me.
Mm-hmm.
And I think if he does that, I think the financial pieces will fall into place. That's my prayer. Let me just put it in my prayer. book.
Okay, Zay.
That's my prayer.
Zay, I can't take it off the list. We're gonna read out
You got to.
before we go. Zay, I
Yeah.
cannot take it off the list. What I will do is go back and rearrange the list. And so that the list,
You got to. It's not gonna happen.
and that's okay. Let me
Right.
tell you, and that is okay if it doesn't happen.
Okay, wait a minute. Oh.
I am so okay if it doesn't happen. Because I am not saying I will not look at a man as a prize. What I will not do is look at a man as a prize based on his pocket.
Like it.
Okay. So then character is back at the top of the list.
It's always been
Okay, well then just take finances off the list.
with it. I pray about it.
Okay, because unlike me,
Xavier,
Mhm.
you're not gonna get nowhere.
unlike me, you can't go and find another man around the world because most men in other countries don't even make half of what the men make here in the United States.
Then I'm okay
It's-
with
You
this.
can go to another state. You just ain't gotta be in Georgia.
Okay, that's fine. I go there.
Okay.
I will. I will go there.
Okay.
That's fine.
If it came down to
Yeah,
me
Jilly.
having to settle for 30,000 a year, 40,000 a year, 50,000 a year,
Jilly.
and I know that I've been past that salary
They're right.
long
ago.
time ago,
So we going to Texas. We moving to Texas.
then that's what I have to do.
It's everything big in Texas.
That's what the folks
That's what the
said.
folks said.
Maybe even Houston.
Okay, well, hold on. Somebody on here, wait a minute, that's, you just made me do
Uh-oh.
the man thing, hold on. He said, all the women on here don't know what they talking about. No, not really, but he did say that. Okay. He did, hold on, he said, men are always the prize.
Always.
His name is Sean.
They ain't Xavier.
Hmm.
Men are not always
Yes, we are.
right.
Yes, we
Okay.
are.
Okay.
We few and far between, especially those that make
McHugh told me how old is your list?
$56,000.
Hold on.
Mikhail, I just did the list, redone the list after my last two people that I dated. And I just had to go back and say, Lord, hit the list again.
QV said, why can't you help him build up to your list? Cause she said she ain't doing no more building.
Yeah, like I don't did the Build-A-Bear stage. I've helped in that area, so that then came off my list.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
All right. That's 0.5%.
I'm back at it.
Yeah.
Now you at
Yeah,
0.5%.
that then came off the list.
Makia said, with money comes ego, and that comes from both sides. I agree.
Mm-hmm. I agree with you.
But what a man know? His name was Sean.
Something kind of messed up.
There you go. Okay, here it is. He said, reading some of the comments about who's the prize. Notice some ladies stating they're the prize. However, that's a fallacy. Here's a hard truth. Majority of today's modern women can't accept the man is always the prize. Here's some context of why I.
Don't start that exactly.
I agree. I
Okay.
like this better.
Why I say so. Within a male and female dynamic, if the man has to hold majority of the responsibilities as him being the provider, I guess he's saying protector.
Mm-hmm. Just put it.
Where?
You do.
Go ahead.
Yeah, it's just like the
There you
slide.
go. Okay.
It's just the slide.
Yeah.
You just have to
Back up
do
there
it
to where he-
really.
Go back up.
Mhm.
Right there.
Right there, then hit
Yeah.
Seymour.
Right there.
You gotta hit Seymour.
That's it.
Oh no, okay.
That's it. That's it.
Okay, here's some context why I say so. Okay, the provider protection provisions, then that automatically makes him the prize.
That's right.
I'll land my plan by stating a happy man is God's plan.
That's
I'm
right.
just the messenger.
That's right.
Okay.
Okay.
A
Here,
happy
okay.
man is God's plan.
Okay. Here's the
This
thing.
one of Xavier's friends, evidently.
No. This is who gave us this topic. This is who actually gave us this
Oh,
topic.
okay.
So no, it's not.
But he holds the majority of the responsibility.
He
So-
does.
But hold on, but so that goes back to say, if he's the protector and the provider, then there's no need for you to go 50-50 because he's
For
going
what?
to provide.
But what? We can't.
But-
we can't. That's right.
But I'm
we
saying-
can't. I'm with you.
Yeah.
We can't pick and choose which side you want me to be on. If you gonna be the provider, then provide.
I agree.
Then provide.
I agree.
Don't make me come talking about no 50-50. Because if you want to be the provider, the protector, and whatever he said, the provisions.
He'll make the provisions. That means, yeah, financially, he doesn't need you. That's what I read.
That's what I take from it too.
Okay.
Okay.
And then if you
So-
take if that's
So
the
then, a
case,
happy man is God's plan.
and then I'm gonna come along and do my part. I'm gonna be the helpmate in the house. I'm gonna find out what the man like. I'm gonna find out what the man need. I'm gonna be submissive. I'm gonna cater to that, and I'm gonna make the man a happy man is God's plan.
I ain't
And
doing
then-
this, bro. Don't make it right.
Right.
I ain't doing
That's
that.
right. I'm gonna do exactly what this stated.
That's right.
I'm gonna, okay. Because remember, I said I don't have a problem with labeling my man as surprise.
That's right.
I don't have no problem with that.
Okay.
But he don't have to provide.
Okay.
He gonna have to be that protector.
He gonna make the provisions. in
And
the
he
house.
gonna make provisions in the house in order for me to come along, be a helpmate, and be submissive. And a happy man is God's plan. Happy wife, happy life. And as long as he can do those things. So I mean I don't have no problem with that, Mr. Sean.
Yeah, Mr. Sean, you're right. Because if he's going to be the provider and the protector and make provisions for the house,
And not
then-
every for my 50-50, then I'm okay with that.
Okay.
And not be no asshole, because at the end of the day, let me say this before we leave. A person, a happy man, and a God's plan, if he's God-fearing, you ain't trying to put your woman below you and make your
I
woman.
agree.
Absolutely.
I agree. Great conversation. Thank you so much.
We gotta let Zay get some closing comments. He's gonna be our last person. Y'all go ahead and tag and share, just so that people will know to come in next week. So please go ahead, tag, share. And also we're gonna let Xavier talk about his book, just a brief, so you guys will know what he has going on for the latecomers. And then we're gonna close out on his statement. Go ahead.
Okay, I'm just gonna say, according to God's plan,
Mhm.
right? It's God, man,
Mm-hmm.
woman,
Mm-hmm.
children,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So technically, in that order, the woman is behind the man,
Mhm.
right?
And we get it.
Now I know y'all talked today about being equal partners and all of that stuff. This man comes first. Man
That's
came
right.
first. Man
That's
was made in the Garden of Eden first.
That's right.
Okay.
And he gave him
Made
woman
out his rib.
as a helpmate.
Mhm.
Yep. So
Mhm.
man comes first.
Mhm.
Okay. So
I'm okay with that. I'm okay with the order. But with the order does not mean, and to your point, I think some men get that, they take it and run with it. For the fact that the way that the hierarchy goes, some men will take that and run with it and treat you like you're beneath them. That's not what God expected that to mean.
right, but
Or-
he also didn't expect women to lead either. Women
That's
don't
right.
lead either.
Okay,
That's
and we
right.
okay with
Right.
that.
But we didn't actually.
We didn't
I
have
know
to
I
lead,
did.
and that's why I
I
tell
tried
folks all
mine.
the time, I don't want to have to lead. I done done it so much, I want that off my plate.
But I think where we get it confused is just like you said, the order. Yes, God, man, woman is there to be the helpmate. I agree with that
100%. Yeah.
I think what happens is when you say God, man, some men think just because they are male, right? They're the male, but they can't do these things here. I'm not able to be the provider, the protector, and have provision, which means to lead. I don't know how to do those things, but yet,
Cause I would tell you
because
this,
I'm a
and
male, I'm the man.
for me,
You can't, no.
and I'm glad he made that point about the order. I think leadership weighs a lot in the realm of communication and setting a foundation based on how you communicate things. Because if you lead your family with thinking, your children or your wife, what did that dad means by this? Or what am I supposed to do about XYZ, because you were not clear in your communication, your household wreaks chaos. God is not the author of confusion. So leading comes with a whole lot of being able to communicate very clearly, effectively, and I think a lot of men fall short of that.
Great conversation tonight, y'all. Great dialogue. If you guys watched us yesterday, Amanda and I attended the
Black LLC Only Award Show.
we did the 8th annual
Mm-hmm.
representing 105.7 The Phase. We had an amazing time, and I guess we'll close out tonight with Silver Spoon. He joined us tonight.
Yeah, Silver Spoon, thank you. We met him there. Definitely want to support him. Definitely want to get him down to do an interview.
Yes.
Although 105.7 Phase didn't bring home the trophy, we are still out here plugging. So guys, we need your support.
Yes.
Please continue to support us. Tell your friends. We had a great dialogue tonight with Xavier Q. Ellis, the author of a lot of romance novel books based on his experience. So guys, just like Xavier was willing to come and share what he has going on with us and also share his thoughts on this topic, please, you are welcome. Come. We want you here. Here's our book. Tell them where they can find it.
Okay, you can find this book on Amazon.com. Search Toxic by Xavier Q. Ellis. And this is book 1 of a 3-part series. So the first book is An Unhealthy Romance. The second book is Return of the Destroyer. And then Toxic book 3 is Survival of the Fittest.
Okay. Y'all know about toxic stuff, so
Right.
go ahead, put it in your Amazon
Right,
cart.
you stay on Amazon anyway.
That's right. And have it delivered. And if you have Prime like me, then it'll be here in the next couple of days. So go ahead, y'all support. Definitely support.
So tell them what we got coming up with the interviews as we close out.
Oh, so Amanda and our boss have given me the okay to do interviews. So if you have any artists out there, if you have any small black businesses, filmmakers, anyone that wants to use our platform to help build their platform, that's what we're here for. And your girl Zoe will be doing the interviews along with Amanda Miller. So inbox us, call us, DM us,
unfiltered interviews with Zoe and Amanda. That's so she's forgetting to mention the name of it, guys. Unfiltered interviews with Zoe and Amanda. So guys, we welcome you. God, this has been amazing.
It has been great.
So much
Obviously great.
and
Thank
I hope
you.
you come back.
Thank you. Oh,
Did we scare you?
invite me? Nope.
Have a good night, guys. We really appreciate you.
Definitely. Hold on, let me play it.
Oh yeah, my apologies.
Yeah, while you go ahead and do that, we'll just play some music while we go out. See y'all next Monday.
See y'all next Monday, guys.
Okay. Y'all have to send me some links because this stuff ain't working. Hold on. Mary said she is not going 50-50. She don't care what y'all say. She don't care what y'all say. And the man can't make. I'm just saying. But
I still agree. The man is the prize.
Okay. I don't have no problem with that. I don't have no problem with him being the prize. I think it comes back when people are so headstrong, man or woman. I think it can become a fact of a man having a huge ego. So,
okay, it's on.
but I don't have a problem with finding my list and labeling my man as the prize. I have no.
We're gonna do that.
problem with that.
Okay.
Okay.
Let me know how that works out.
We're gonna have you at the wedding.
Okay, Silver Spoon, we may have to bring you in next week,
Yeah.
baby. We might have to have you as our intro to it. It wasn't working from your inbox, your IG.
When I
Okay.
clicked it, it didn't work.
All right, guys. We want to say have an amazing
Oh,
night.
there it is, y'all. There it is. I got it.
I don't like this music. This is
No,
Silver
we don't.
Spoon Jones, guys.
That's right. Y'all gonna like, support, share, and follow him on IG and all social media platforms.
Most of our release.
I want to. Oh my God. Oh my God. Dinner and movie that you pay for.
And it definitely won't happen.
Well, no, he said he paid for it.
Definitely.
I'm okay with that.
That's right.
Most men are traditional. They pay for dates and all that. If I ask you out, I'm gonna pay for the date.
That's right.
That's what's gonna happen.
Cheers, guys.
Yeah.
Great combo, y'all.
Yeah, that's gonna happen.
That's right.
Y'all go out there and look for Silver Spoon Jones. Have a good night.
First, Sanchez Diego. Y'all make sure y'all go like and follow him as well. Have a good night, guys.